Welcome dart players one and all. Today on Straight to the Point, I'm going to be answering a couple of questions in this video hopefully. A small number of people lately have questioned whether I actually am a good dart player, or whether I exaggerate my ability. So in this video, I'm just going to throw for 10 minutes straight, and at the end we'll work out my overall average. I've always advocated on this channel that I'm an 80 average player, because I think that's pretty fair. Of course you get good days and bad days. My bad days generally aren't lower than sort of 75. My good days generally around about 92, 93. But overall, mid-80s is where I'm at most days. But anyway, I'm just going to let this roll completely unedited. No filler, just let it go in real time. And I've got a calculator running on the side. That'll just tally up all the scores and we'll work the average out at the end. So wish me the best of luck. This has all been done in one take and in one attempt. So what you see is what you get. There's going to be a couple of bad throws in it, but generally it's not too bad. Kicked off with a pretty decent start so far. 180 followed by 123. Keeps me over 100 a visit. That's a purther of a first start. I've tried to clatter into it and I've just gone too hard. 85, that's a bit of a letdown, that one. That first start was really inviting. Again, that's a great first start for me. That's generally where I tend to be aiming, is right on that top wire. So yeah, I've only hit 43 there. Let's correct that. Put in 45. But those darts were pretty well thrown. To get them that accurate to where I was actually aiming. It's just a bit disappointing to end up with 43, but it is what it is. Good luck and bad luck. It happens in darts. Good turn to follow it up though. Puts us back on track. And a wild first one. Great correction. Should get another. And I would have done as well, I think. Bounce out. Again, it happens. One of the cruelties of the game. I don't get many bounce outs, to be fair, so I shouldn't complain. That's well low, so I'm going to have to go to 19s after that one, I should imagine. Oh, nicely done, 134. It's a good visit. Again, a great first start, and I haven't quite used it, but corrected with the last, just a little bit of extra power to help it up over that wire and straight into the treble. Puts me on 826 points now. Again, that first start's going well. It's just sticking above the treble, which is good. I want it to be at the inside the top of the treble, or just above it. Unfortunately, the dart after it was really poor, or might have deflected. It was quite hard to see, but a score of 40, that's not great. And this visit the same, was low on that second dart. Close with the last, but hey ho, 58 scored, kept them straight on the big numbers. If you can make 58s and 60s and 57s your bad visits, then that's half the battle. Solid ton. So I've had a couple of little dodgy visits. I think I have in total, from memory, 4 visits in this whole clip, which are under 58. So there is 1 or 2 there, but there are 35 visits in it, so 85 to follow up the ton. Again, not bad. I'm gonna need something just to push it up to around about a 90 average. 60, that's not gonna do it. Again, nice darts, they're all straight. That's the main thing. If you can make 60s your bad visits, as I said, you're doing something right. 45. That is not a good time. But generally, this is when I kick in. I am a little bit up and down with some of my scoring. Generally, I'm pretty good in the big numbers, but when things start to go wrong, I usually do this. 180. Sorry, I had to. I don't know why. But yeah, that's put us back in the game. Treble 20. It's a further as well. That's disappointing. I should have filled that one up. Never mind. Turn to follow the 180. Still some cracking darts. And we're going to get another 10 bullocks in it. And we do, yep. 1080, 1010, yeah. Happy with that. Very happy with that. If I could do that every day, I wouldn't bother practicing. And again, I got nice and high with that first dart, but that is a pure that I've got to come down nice with that one. That's really unlucky. Perfect first dart just above the treble. Second dart perfectly in the middle of the treble. And then a hanger. I had a 1040 or at least a 10 written all over it. Never mind, 8 you scored though, and 81 there on the following visit. So actually watching this back, I do have a little bit of bad luck. There's a few visits where they tend to deflect a little bit, or I get a bit of a bounce out, but generally it's not bad. It's a great recovery on the last start there to set up a good score of 97. Oh, this last one's got to go in right in the middle of them. That's disappointing. So yeah, I'm not doing myself a lot of favours. Like shots like that, when you've got one below and one above, I should expect to get it. The hard work's been done, but that's a purr of a first start. Oh, I thought that was a 180 coming in there. A shocker of a last start. 83 scored though, so not the end of the world. But after a first start like that, that's the type of thing I'm thinking about. I get so many opportunities to score big at times during this little throwing session. I don't quite capitalise on it. Like that 60, not so much of an issue because all three of them have gone straight. I just didn't adjust enough to get down to the treble. But at that dot now, I've got to go with the second, surely. I've just over-adjusted. Never mind, another solid 60. All in and around the treble area that time. All around it, I should say. It's got to be a 180, surely. Oh, that's disappointing. Straight to treble 5 and another one. Score 90. I don't even remember doing that. But I'm pretty sure I hit another 180. Pretty sure I had two 180s in this 10-minute session. Well rescued with the last start again in that visit. 97 scored. Again, I had a deflection down the second up, but it's just stayed in the 20. A perfect last start. Good 10. That is a really good 10 actually. The first dart is just above the treble, which is where I like it to be if it's not in. Second dart deflected a bit, but managed to stay in the 20s, and that last dart was a right perler. 81 with the next visit as well. So we're starting to pick the pace up a little bit now. 90, 97, 10, 81. Before that, 60, 60, 83. That's a perfect treble 20. This has got to be the 180. Oh, I can't miss this last one, surely. Oh, that's a belter of a 180 as well, to be fair. 3 in a dead straight line. Nothing touching the wires. Well happy with that one. They look easy when they go right. It's so frustrating, darts. At times, because when they go right, it looks so easy. Great last start again. 95 scored to back up the 180. I really needed that last one, otherwise it was just going to take all the benefit of that 180 away, really. It's a perfect first start again. And that's a perfect follow. 140 scored. Do you know, I actually thought I was going to hit 3 180s, and even though I was pretty sure I only had 2. It did look really well set up. Treble 1, that's a bad dart. Try and place this one in between them, and I did, but I still missed the treble, so that's unfortunate with that last dart. That's what I'd have been going for, go between them 90% of the time. That would have been in the treble. Unfortunately, that time it wasn't. Belter a first dart again, treble 20, I've gone in the 5. Single 20 with the last dart, so 85. And that is my last visit. That's 10 minutes of actual throwing. 3,026 scored over 35 visits, 105 darts. So 3,026 divided by 105 darts. That is my single dart average, 28.819. Times it by 3 because I got 3 darts. And there you have my average, 86.457. So 86.5 dead, pretty much. So it's not my best, but it's roughly what I was expecting it to be. Anyway, that's it for today. Thank you for watching Straight to the Point. Please like and subscribe.